Donkey Kong. In all honesty, who hasn't heard of this powerhouse of an icon? I'm pretty sure even my mom knows at least to some extent what he is, and she was born before color TV. I love you, Mom. What's left to be said about Donkey Kong that hasn't already been stretched out to New Donk City and back? He made his first appearance alongside the prolific plumber himself and has been in countless media formats since, from starring video games, party games, magazines, toy lines, the upcoming Mario movie, and even his own TV show. Yes, it's about time we address the infamous show everyone loves to talk about, but hate to agree on. Actually, to be fair, that statement could probably be said for 99% of everything to exist, including reality itself, but I digress. If you want to see more videos of mine more frequently, try giving that like button a big ol' subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated on any new content. Alright, let's go. DK Country, like so many other obscure fragments of my childhood, holds a decent bit of nostalgia for me. I grew up poor, raised by my mother on a waitress's income, living with my brother who was well into his angsty teen years as he was 11 years older than me. We didn't have cable and basically lived with technology a generation behind everyone else's. A cell phone wasn't even a thing to us well until the early 2010s. We never had internet or a computer, and we watched local TV channels, DVDs, and VHS tapes. And quite the collection of VHS tapes it was. We had so many, enough to stock a couple of shelves, especially Disney movies, TV recordings, and, of course, cartoons. Yeah, there was actually quite a few VHS tapes made that, instead of being a movie, contained a mini collection of episodes from a TV series or a variation of different cartoon episodes in one tape. Among things like the Berenstain Bears, Bob the Builder, and Dora the Explorer, don't hate, that used to be the shit to me as a 3-year-old. I had a tape called Donkey Kong Country, The Legend of the Crystal Coconut. It had about 4 or 5 episodes from the show, all about Donkey Kong and his buddy chum pal friend kiddo home slice bread slice dog Diddy Kong, in various situations where they deal with, or oftentimes cause, shenanigans and have to protect a magic talisman. Is that the right term? Talisman? You mean talisman, right? As Google's definition of talisman. An object, typically an inscribed ring or stone, that is thought to have magic powers and to bring good luck. Crap baskets. Fine, let's just say the crystal coconut is a magical crystal, okay? Simple enough? Okay. They have to protect this magical crystal from those who would wish to steal it for selfish reasons. Whether it be our Lord and Savior King K. Rool, attempting to take it in order to rule the island of Congo Bongo, utilizing its seemingly endless, although mysterious, powers, or a pirate named Captain Cutlass Scurvy and his crew who are actually original characters exclusive to the show, whom I guess just want it for some reason. It's explained that Scurvy's great-great-great-grandfather originally held possession of the coconut, but like, he doesn't even really have a plan after getting it. It just kind of wants it back as some sort of revenge to have what's rightfully his. Actually, I mean, you know what, to be fair, if someone took something of mine, I'd be kind of pissed too, regardless of if it held any significance or not, so I guess that's understandable. This VHS collection in particular had episodes where the plot focused around the crystal coconut, hence the namesake of the tape, The Legend of the Crystal Coconut. What's always bothered me though is that, for whatever reason, they always mix the order of episodes really badly. Like one of the episodes was one of those remember when plots, when the show has the characters reminisce about previous times and just recycles scenes from older episodes to save on resources while still pushing out an episode on time. But this episode in particular had flashbacks of episodes that weren't even in the tape, or better yet, didn't play on the tape until after this one. I understand that you can't exactly nail the pacing of the episodes perfectly into a VHS collection when you're just pulling a random handful of episodes from an expanded show out and putting them into one tape, but this tape was specifically described on the box itself as a singular adventure. Plus, how hard could it have been to just, well, I don't know, put the reminiscent episode after any episodes it focuses back on? Because to a child, it just felt like watching some weird deja vu to see this so out of context. Watching one episode talking about, hey, remember this? And it plays a random scene, and then 10 minutes later, that exact same scene comes up again, and the characters don't even acknowledge that they had literally predicted the future. That's probably one of the only few actual gripes I have with the show. No, not with the show, with the collection in specific at all though. To perhaps describe to you how the show usually runs down though, here's what I can say generally each episode features. Donkey Kong is a goofy dummy. Diddy Kong is overly traumatized and constantly nervous. Cranky Kong is Cranky Kong. Funky Kong is an absolute treasure every frame he appears. King K. Rool, Scurvy, or Donkey Kong cause shenanigans, and 1 or 2 scenes are a musical. Yeah, believe it or not actually, this show, of all things, is a partial musical series. On occasion, a character will break out into song describing the current events unfolding, and some of these are an absolute chore to dredge through. Seriously, they are absolute shit if you see Diddy Kong about to sing, just do yourself a favor and skip. But, on the polar opposite side of things, some of these songs are actually seriously freaking amazing, dude. Like, unbelievably catchy and well sung. I especially appreciate Donkey Kong's voice actor. His singing is just chef's kiss. He's so talented, dude. My favorite song from the show was, is, and always will be, I Wanna Know Secrets.
I wanna know the secrets that the crystal holds and all the magic power that it brings. I'm the big kahuna, I should know what's going on. Inka Dinka, tell me everything.
Actually, this entire episode is my favorite out of the whole show, really. Nostalgia in full blow, yes, I admit it, but I do so proudly. And now that I have absolutely no idea how to expand this script any further, let's talk about this wholly beloved episode I claim is of the gods themselves, shall we? The Legend of the Crystal Coconut begins with an ominous, or at least an attempt of ominous with varied success, zoom-in of the Temple of Inka Dinka Doo, where upon entry a statue of this mystical presence itself states in what I could only describe as a monotone yet bellowing voice, as if the announcer for Let's Get Ready to Rumble had a wicked kidney stone. Inka Dinka Doo says, the time has come. He literally clips the mic. It is... No, play the fucking clip. It literally clips the mic, dude.
Inka Dinka Doo says, the time has come.
The screen shift fades into Diddy's face looking through the translucent coconut as he reverts to being a 3-year-old, as seeing his own reflection is so entertaining to him that he can't help but shake his head around and make dumb voices. It's a good thing he's not in public, lest he get taken to an asylum. And I think Cranky would agree, really. Speaking of Crankly, it's apparently like midnight and he's become so sick of their shit that he forces the display for the coconut shut, while Diddy's poking and prodding with literally an object of infinite power, pinching his finger. Then I guess Cranky changed his mind as he just opens the thing back up literally immediately afterwards. Diddy exclaims, "Hey! It doesn't hurt anymore! The coconut took the pain away!"
Hey! It doesn't hurt anymore! The crystal coconut took my pain away!
Leading to this entire series of events having led to fuck all. Donkey Kong, meanwhile, has some serious munchies, as you do at 2 a.m. Trust me, we've all been there, and is raiding Cranky's fridge.
Any banana cream pie?
When are you two knuckleheads gonna let me get some sleep?
Just as soon as I get a little midnight snack. Future rulers need their strength, you know.
After the crystal coconut takes Diddy's chronic finger pain away, this leads to the two of them wondering what else the coconut's power is capable of.
It beats the bananas out of me.
But what about the crystal coconut?
Yeah, if I'm gonna be ruler, then I should know all of its secrets.
You'll know all the secrets when Inka Dinka Doo thinks you're ready. Until then, I've got a little tip for you, DK.
Yeah? What's that?
Go home and let me get some sleep!
So before Donkey Kong and Diddy give this poor old man a chance to sleep, they beg him to tell a bedtime story because not only does Diddy have the mental age of a 3-year-old, but Donkey Kong also has the mentality of a 2-year-old. So he tells them in a very frustrated, abridged version of the tale of the coconut and how Donkey Kong came to find it.
Sleep!
Can't sleep without a bedtime story. Oh, tell us the one about the legend of the crystal coconut again.
Your stories always make us tired.
All right. But then you're out of here. Gone, scat, vamoose.
Deal.
It all began with Captain Scurvy's great-great-great-grandpappy. He stole a coconut, brought it to the island, Scabby scum swindler that he was, etc., etc. He stashed it in the eye of Inca Dinka. Coconut popped out, blah, blah, blah. DK found it, yada, yada, yada. Deemed future ruler of Congo Bongo. The end.
The end of his story being that Donkey Kong, having found the coconut, thus set him as the future ruler of the island, leads Donkey Kong to wonder why it is that the coconut chose him as the future ruler. Because I guess this island's general patriarchy is that whoever the coconut chooses is the one.
It beats the bananas out of me.
This curiosity extends onto the limitless secrets of the coconut itself. Cranky explains he'll know within time. When the coconut thinks he's ready, because coconuts decide the fate of our world. What, didn't you know? Jeff Bezos is the crystal coconut. But this reassurance alone isn't enough to satisfy Donkey Kong, as he wishes he could just know all the secrets to the coconut and the island right away. In the next scene, Donkey Kong goes to Inca Dinka's temple and basically just walks up to the statue and starts talking to him like he's having a friendly little chat with his cousin Jordan. This leads to my favorite song in the show, where DK sings to Inca Dinka, asking him about what are all the secrets for him to know, how to find them, and upon rejection, asks what it'll take to know them. And just play the whole fucking song, dude. I love it.
Info.
After DK's prodding going nowhere, he's given only a statement Inca leaves. To know everything, you must give up everything. DK is left to contemplate what this could possibly mean, which goes nowhere considering he has the IQ of a sock, and comes up with the absolutely ingenious idea of giving away his prized tie collection to Diddy. Even Diddy knows that doesn't mean jack and uses the one brain cell he shares with DK to jokingly suggest the crystal coconut is a far better means of giving away. Diddy, my boy, you cannot say things like that to this man, monkey child. He will take it seriously. You should know this. He is a giant goofball. So yeah, Donkey Kong decides to give away the crystal coconut under the reasoning that once he gives it away, he'll know of all of its secrets anyway and thus won't need it anymore. And who else should he be enlightened to give it to but
King K. Rool!
Yep. So now King K. Rool, our beloved, has the crystal coconut as handed to him by his two main minions, Clump and Crusher, and conveniently enough, the part that DK just handed it over was left out, so remember that. And then suddenly, pirates arrived. Also, Captain Scurvy has a massive toothache, I guess. Again, remember this. We cut back to DK and Diddy as he returns to Inca's temple to receive that nasty dank knowledges, only to realize DK is a fucking moron and he dies. The end. Inca Dinka repeats his previous line, to know everything, you must first give up everything. So the two return to Cranky's and...
You did what?
I wanted to know all the secrets.
So you gave the coconut away to King K. Rool? What were you thinking? Avast ye!
Ah! Pirates!
Suddenly, pirates appeared, demanding, of course, who would have guessed it, the crystal coconut. But obviously they don't have it, so we once again cut away to a new scene. We cut back to K. Rool's lair. Evil lair? Yeah, I guess he has that. K. Rool is fantasizing over what he should do with his newfound power of the crystal coconut as Clump continues to brown nose and suck up to him when, like the dumbass he is, he happens to mention,
Yes, sir. You finally outsmarted those smart aleck chimpanzees. A fine victory indeed.
But then Crusher, the all-bronze, no-brains minion, cuts in to mention that Donkey Kong literally just kinda handed it over, nobody outsmarted him. This piked K. Rool as he realizes what happened.
What? But that is not the way it's going down in the history books, Crusher. He just gave it to you?
King K. Rool realized that if Donkey Kong just handed over the coconut, this is bound to mean it must be some kind of trap, a trick, shenanigans of the highest priority. Remember how I said remember this because he didn't know this previously? Yeah, here it comes. He demands they return it before something unruly happens. This leads to the next song, and I kinda enjoy this one too, at least when DK is singing. And just put in the whole fucking song, nobody cares.
We gotta give the coconut back or else King K. Rool is gonna have our hides.
I can't believe I gave the crystal coconut to a couple of the bad guys.
All I wanna do is get me booty back, defend my honor with looting and lies.
Maybe if I hurry it won't be too late. I got to give it the old banana try.
Gotta bring it back,
Gotta get it back, take it back.
gotta scoff it back, gotta give it back, take it back.
DK, Clump and Crusher, and Captain Scurvy and his henchmen are all running through the jungle in a chase to accomplish their goals. Clump and Crusher need to return the coconut to Cranky's hut, Donkey Kong has to get back to the coconut from K. Rool and is thus heading to his lair, and Captain Scurvy was told the coconut was at K. Rool's by Cranky when he broke into his place, and is also headed towards K. Rool. Once the song finishes, we see DK literally just kind of break through K. Rool's ceiling. I thought his lair was inside of a mountain. How did he do this? Damn, I guess his neutral B really is strong. He asks for the coconut back, and this surprises K. Rool as he just sent Clump to return it as he thought DK giving them the coconut was a trap.
You want it back? You want it back?
And now insert Captain Scurvy into the mix as well.
They do justice! Avast ye!
And who are you?
Not again.
Spiels out the entire speech about the coconut being his family heirloom, toothy, hurty, whatnot, all that jazz, demands the coconut back, only for K. Rool to explain,
I don't have it, you imbecile! I ordered my general to put it back!
So now we see Clump and Crusher as they make it to Cranky's hut to return the crystal coconut. Only Cranky and Diddy don't believe them. Yes, ironically enough, now they believe it's some kind of trick, and shenanigans pursue as a montage of Clump and Crusher getting blown away by traps that were set up in the walkway to the hut as Diddy sets them off one by one. Finally, after minutes pass, they manage to walk up to the front door and hand it back over as Cranky finally realizes it's not some dumbass trap. I swear these guys. I swear. But they hardly get a moment to sigh a breath of relief when Diddy realizes there are still pirates out there. One packing some serious heat, cannon, I guess. Cranky rushes to warn Donkey Kong by telepathically teleporting a phantom version of himself? Becoming a ghost? I don't know, man. He basically uses the coconut power to use telepathy. This is never established in this episode, but yeah. This leaves Diddy and the coconut all by himself, and Diddy, being a little piss baby, is too scared to stay in Cranky's hut alone, so he gets an idea and runs off with the coconut to someplace he thinks the pirates would never look nor find him. We cut to Donkey Kong swinging around like he's trying to give Tarzan a run for his money as Cranky interrupts him to fill him in.
I must have a lead. I can't see Scurvy anywhere.
What are you doing, you numbskull?
Going back to your cabin?
Clump and Crusher just returned the crystal coconut.
Oh, that's great.
No, it's bad. The pirates are still after it.
Tell me about it.
And what are you waiting for? Diddy's all alone, standing guard.
DK and Clump's paths collide as we now return to his and Crusher's point of view. King K. Rool, I guess, has the ability to instantly Skype Clump at will before Skype even existed, and likewise informs him that there's been a
Change of plans!
and they need to get it back, now that everyone is after it and it's clearly apparent there is no trap whatsoever. Donkey Kong, in the meantime, makes it back to Cranky's hut, only to realize nobody is even there. Looking around, he realizes what Diddy is up to and takes off after him, until 5 seconds later when the pirates catch up and have the exact same idea. Writing, folks. This is writing. Once Cranky returns from disassociating, he comes to find out, oh, they aren't back in his hut anymore. Good heavens! Yeah, so Diddy decides the last place Captain Scurvy would ever look for the coconut is the original place the coconut used to be stored to begin with. Inca Dinka Doo's temple. Top tier game plan. Total top tier game plan. As it turns out, the pirates follow literally minutes later, and then Donkey Kong, and then Scurvy. Diddy throws the coconut to DK, Cranky yells at DK about the giant mess this all is, and Scurvy threatens DK with his handheld cannon. Not really sure how you can make one of those, but regardless, it's packing all the power of a normal one, I guess. DK claims he needs the coconut as he's the future ruler of Congo Bongo, and I guess that's just gut-wrenchingly funny to Scurvy as he can't help but laugh.
I'm warning you.
Scurvy continues to laugh as DK warns him a few times. It's like watching two siblings fight, I swear. Finally, after Scurvy can't help but watch his favorite try not to laugh TikTok compilations, DK literally just fucking chucks the coconut into Scurvy's face. Hey, remember when I said to remember when Scurvy had a toothache? Yeah, it's a plot point. Anyway, the coconut, having reached maximum velocity as it pelted Scurvy in the face, completely knocks out his tooth. But if you recall, Scurvy said, and then insert the clip of Scurvy promising that he was gonna be good to whoever gets rid of his tooth.
On my honor, I swear on the great pirate oath, to grant any favor to the swamp-sucking sea scum scallywag that can rid me of this painful toothache!
What, you don't remember that? Why not? What, I have to tell you everything you have to remember? I hope you remembered that math test coming up next week. So yeah, because of that promise Scurvy had made to whomever cured him of his apparently skull-breaking toothache, Cranky takes advantage of the situation and tells him that since DK knocked his tooth out, thus alleviating the pain, Scurvy owes Donkey Kong a favor. So DK almost fucks up, because of course he does, almost asking for something off of a catalog he saw. Cranky snaps him out of it, and DK, of course, asks for the crystal coconut back. Scurvy hands it over, but promises he'll be back to steal it again someday, because of course we need a secondary villain. So, that was Donkey Kong Country, the legend of the crystal coconut. Sure, it may have been a bit simple at times and cheesy and goofy, but ultimately it was harmless. It's a nice little goofy show written for kids, and as a kid myself, I enjoyed it and watched it and rewatched it dozens of times, just like the eggs. Sure, the animation is pretty janky, the mocap aged like milk, but there's all kinds of personality put into the series, and there's definitely some talent casted in the show. I liked it. That's really all there is to it. And the entire first season, if not more, is all on YouTube, free to watch. I would definitely recommend watching at least an episode or two. It's a nice time, especially if you're watching with some friends.
Banana Slammer!
Probably replace that with the actual voice line because I suck at that. Well guys, thanks for watching. It means the world to me to have even just a few people supporting me. This probably turned out to be one of my longer videos, and in turn was undoubtedly a total wash to edit. But ultimately, the end result is worth it. If you want to help support me and watch this channel grow, and even eventually start producing actual videos more often, I have a Patreon now, with multiple tiers of support, even as low as $3 a month. Although, as of writing the script, the tier rewards are mostly centered around my progress as an artist, but more options will be available as things grow further. And if you can't afford something like that, because honestly I can't either, even just a slamma of the banana can help. And especially subscribing, sharing with others, and adding your comments on this video about me, future videos, or even of the channel in general. It all helps. Thank you so much, guys. One last time. Also join my Discord server and follow me on Twitter. And as always, have a beautiful life.